Okay, guys, welcome to what are we, episode three of the ingredient edit. This week we're talking all about sharp focus. Um, it'll be nice, quick, lots of great info. Make sure you guys have a pen or pencil ready just to take some notes because trust me, there's some powerhouse ingredients in this guy. Before we get started about sharp focus, I want to just let you guys in on a little secret about the line that sharp focus is a part of. So, New Skin, we have a line called Mind 360. The best way to think about it is it's kind of our answer to like mental overload. So, foggy, burnt out, brain health, that wired but tired feeling, which I feel like is becoming more like prevalent nowadays, where like you feel like you have all that zany energy, but you're tired and exhausted. Um, it's a trio of three different supplements, and that we're going to spotlight one each week. So this week is Sharp Focus. Hopefully, it'll help you guys unlock your true potential and learn some new things about some of the ingredients and some of the science and clinical studies that back these good ingredients up. Um, to get going, I'm like, I have my little Sharp Focus. I know I saw Jen had hers too. Yep, yep. Here's my one that I'm in the process of using. Not as pretty, but I use it every single day. So why sharp focus? If you guys think about your life daily, it's kind of crazy for most people. I think that's a generalization, but I feel like it's an accurate generalization. We really weren't built to sit there and answer emails, meal prep, chase goals, scroll TikTok, scroll Facebook, show up emotionally for those in your life, friends, family, people in your network. If you consider kids, partners, all the different things, laundry on top of all of that, your brain really deserves kind of like a hazard pay. It's like, what do you put me through? So sometimes you really do need that little extra something. That really is where sharp focus comes in to kind of save the day, or at least that's my vibe, my personal opinion on that. It really helps cut through like the noise and the background issues to really help you focus and get things done. Um, for me, just really quick, it's not that heart racing, jittery chaos that you can sometimes get with caffeine. So whether you do Red Bull or maybe a different kind of pre-workout or you get your cup of coffee or iced coffee, it is a very different energy than that. It's really much more clean, calm, and dialed in. If this sounds like something that would help your brain, stay tuned because we're going to go over the fun stuff, or at least the fun stuff for me. So what is sharp focus? Sharp focus really is kind of like that mental ignition key. It's designed to turn on your brain, keep it running smoothly, and shut down that noise that really steals your focus at the end of the day. And it makes you feel a little bit scattered and all over the place. So whether you're juggling a million tabs in your brain, which is like my new favorite saying, I have 50 tabs open in my brain. I have 100 tabs open in my brain. Jen's like, yep. So it's a vibe. It's real life. Or you're just tired in the morning. Maybe you woke up a little foggy. Maybe you don't have that same zest in your step. You stayed up a little bit late. Lots of different ways that that can happen. Uh, this pouch really is the secret weapon. So, what do you get in this little pouch right here? I'm going to go through the three ingredients and just break down what they do, a little bit about how they work, and some clinical studies that back up the ingredients. Because at the end of the day, we want to take that science and show you how it works in your body in real life. So, first ingredient I want to spotlight is our microencapsulated caffeine. So, uh, the best way to think about microencapsulated caffeine is it's energy that lasts. So, no spike, no jitters, no crash. It really is about smooth, sustained focus that helps you stay alert, crush that fatigue in, and outlast the chaos. Um, because it's a sustained release, you don't get those jitters and you get that long-term energy. Some clinical studies. You guys ready for this? So it was the first one that I looked at was a randomized placebo-controlled study, and it was specifically on time-released caffeine, microencapsulated. It was shown to enhance alertness and reaction performance for up to 13 hours after ingestion. That's insane, 13 hours. And that was compared to the placebo, which was a sugar pill. Another trial, listen to this, confirmed extended release provides better alertness, better mood control, fewer jitters over 8 to 12 hours versus an immediate release caffeine, because there are immediate release caffeine pills that you also can have in your repertoire if you like that. Next ingredient, we have choline. So the best way to think about choline, it's kind of like the MVP for memory. It focuses on memory, muscle movement, and your brain function. I'm going to be a little geeky for a second. It fuels acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that controls your learning and your sharp thinking. So the best way to think about that sharp thinking is someone says something to you. and you have that fun little snappy comeback right away, that is how you want your brain working all the time. Like that's the best way to think about it though, because it happens to everybody. Whether it's a dad joke or something like that, that's you're on your toes, quick-witted. Some of the clinical studies with choline. So the study that I looked at showed people ingesting about 100 to 400 milligrams a day. They saw a significant improvement in their cognitive scores, because we said brain health. 50% lower risk of cognitive impairment than those consuming less than 100 milligrams of choline a day. So the study was 100 to 400 milligrams. Our guy has 110. We really wanted that sweet spot. Um, Another one, controlled trials also reported enhanced visual motor performance. So what that is quick reaction, eyes, brain working together. So whether you're catching a ball or you're dropping something, you grab it and you pick it up before it falls. That eye brain connection with your body, we saw an improvement with that. Um, and an increase in precision when we're talking about that visual body reaction too at the same time. Latest findings show that a moderate intake of choline, so it's about 300 milligrams a day, and I'm going to tell you why. It is linked to an 8 to 13% increase in your attention span, processing speed, and lower dementia risk. The average US intake of choline just through our diet is 250 milligrams. So you take that 250 plus the 110, guess what? You're in that sweet spot. So when I tell you we really do use the science to develop the products, we want to give you the biggest bang for your buck. That's our goal. The next really fun ingredient is Bacopa Monnieri. So this is an ancient herb, comes out of Eastern medicine. It's been highly researched, potent. It supports cognitive flexibility, memory recall. Ooh, that was one of those words for me. And focus, while reducing anxiety, so your brain stays calm under pressure. And I feel like that in our chaotic life is really important. Whether you're trying to clearly communicate to other people, whether it's an idea, maybe you're having a discussion, that's really important at that point. Some clinical studies. So lots of good ones for this one. So this was a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled trial. It was with 125 milligrams of the Bacopa Monnieri for 12 weeks, and what they saw was a significant improvement in memory, logical recall, and learning in both healthy adults and the elderly. And the icing on the cake was they tested elderly people that had mild memory recall issues, and they saw improvements in that area too. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I always say I want to get to the finish line happy, healthy, and sharp-witted. And some of these good ingredients, I feel like are going to help make that a possibility. Um, how about this? Another study showed 8 out of 9 high-quality randomized controlled trials showed enhanced memory, attention cognition, and mood after taking Bacopa supplements. It's like, okay, when? And the last powerhouse ingredient that we have in here is our B vitamins. We have our B6 and B12. So these are your brain's behind the scenes crew, basically. They help create neurotransmitters, they boost your mood, they reduce stress, and they keep your nervous system running, kind of like a high performance engine. They get all the parts and pieces going well. Some clinical studies, there's tons on B6 and B12. So I just took a little couple notes. So in a randomized controlled trial, they saw that the B6 B12 combo itself helped lower homocysteine by 30%. Higher homocysteine equals faster brain aging. So we want to see that come down because we want to preserve our brain for as long as we possibly can. They saw a decrease in brain atrophy in that regard by about 53% with supplementation with B6 and B12 together. 53%. That's a big decrease. And then homocysteine, what is that? I just want to fill you guys in, give you the deets. That way you leave here feeling empowered. It's basically a byproduct of protein breakdown. So when it builds up in your body, the best way to think about it is it's like the exhaust coming out of your car. Your body treats it like it's toxic. So the B vitamins help detox that junk and get it out of your body so then your mind can run 100% or as best as it can. So at the end of the day, like why choose sharp focus? We said sustain energy without the crash, sharper thinking, think like laser focused, more balanced mood, less stress, more you yourself showing up to conquer the day. I'll tell you guys how I use it really quick, and then I'm going to pass it to Jen because I want to hear a little bit about how she uses sharp focus. So the way that I use sharp focus, it's part of my pre-workout routine. I wake up in the morning, I do my new biome and collagen. New biome has 50 milligrams of caffeine in there. You take your sharp focus, and if you take one pill, it's 50 milligrams, two is 100 milligrams. I do one pill, and the combo between the two, it gives me that gut glow kind of vibe, but then gets me up and going at the gym and gives me that focus to be able to get things done. And I really do, I swear, I feel the difference. You can feel the difference the first day that I took it, I was like, okay, hold on. I'm not jittery. I'm getting stuff done. I'm not chaotic, caffeinated, Larry. It's focused, Larry, like win-win. So with that, Jen, you get the floor.
Woohoo! Yay! So excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. I am Jen Olson. I have been a New Skin affiliate since the end of January. And I will say the first thing, or one of the first things that I jumped in and grabbed was the Sharp Focus. And I'll be honest, I grabbed this for my husband and I grabbed the Feel Calm for myself. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I need that too. And now that I'm listening to you with all of these clinicals and all of these things, I'm like, oh, I really need this because I am a mature woman of 50 plus. And so the one thing that I am noticing is I don't handle the stress as well. I don't handle the staying focused, the cognitive responses, like you said. I have way too many tabs open on a daily basis. We actually have a business that we work together. And so there's always 50 plus, like maybe 500 plus. I feel like you pop up your computer and you see all those tabs. That's like my brain. And it's like you have to stay focused. And it is really hard the older that I get, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably have experienced that too. You don't have those witty comebacks. You don't have the response that you used to. And I do feel that this has definitely helped. So part of how I use it is first thing in the morning, I do my new biome with the collagen. I'm actually just now trying the liquid collagen. I've always used the powder. And so I've been doing the liquid because I think that that's going to be easier to get him on that bandwagon with me too, because the joints and all of that stuff, it definitely helps. But then I actually take two of these along with the Feel Calm. And I will agree, like the first time I took a dose, like I could definitely, like you start to relax. You just feel like you're like zeroed in, like you have just the night vision, except it's day vision on all of your projects that you need to be doing. So I have definitely seen a difference in that. So, and now, B vitamins and all of that stuff, the choline, the caffeine. And oh, I want to mention actually on the caffeine, I actually have heart issues and not saying, anything, this is not medically, supported, but I've always been very paranoid about doing anything that has caffeine in it. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, oh, I just don't know. I have like one cup of coffee a day and I get the jitters. So I tend to try to stay away from that. I don't do the Red Bull, any of that type of stuff. I'm already speedy and high on life. I don't need any more caffeine. But the one thing I've noticed with taking these, I don't get that. I don't get the racing heart, the jitters. And that's just my personal experience. So if you are one that you do stay away from caffeine, I would definitely, try one and just see, how your reaction is to it. But I mean, I absolutely love this. And the Mind 360 line, I just ordered the, what was it? The hand wash and the nighttime cream too, because I haven't tried those yet. So I'm super excited to just incorporate it all. So definitely something that I won't be without. So thanks for inviting me to talk.
Thanks for sharing. And
Yes.
my experience is the same as yours, Jen. Caffeine typically, heart racing, cheeks flush, clammy palms, jittery. Like it's usually not my vibe. And full transparency, I can tell you the first time I got this, it sat probably for 2.5 months because I didn't want to experience that again. But I'm like, I need to give it a shot. And then I tried it, and just like you, I was like, oh, my body handles this amazingly well. It really surprised me in a good way. So. And then Becca shared, since I started this, I'm getting my work at my job done faster than I used to. I'm looking for things to do. That this is a plus, I think. Double-edged sword there. But that's awesome. And that's what happens when you have that focused energy versus that scattered energy. That's for sure. It makes a big impact. So, with that, thanks for sharing, Jen. I hope you guys took some notes, learned some good things. Um, if your brain's been in that foggy kind of state, if you're struggling to focus, or maybe you just want to show up 100% in your day, give Sharp Focus a try. Reach out to the affiliate that invited you to check out this recording. If you do it within 24 hours, there might be something extra special in it for you. So make sure you send them a message and let them know what you think. Next week, we are going to be talking about, I got to look, Mindful, which is the next product in our Mind 360 line. And the three ingredients we're going to talk about is astaxanthin, grape extract, and vitamin E. And I'm really excited about this. Astaxanthin, 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant. It's insane. So, with that, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.